Yo, what's up guys? Hope you all having a great day. Thank you for watching. Today on the bunker series, we're going to work on the God bunker. That being said, I'm going to show you how to build it. At the end of the video, I'll show you some of the caveats to remember when you're building it. As always, I would test it out on a building server, make sure you get all the kinks out of it and it works for you. Anyways, let's go ahead and show you how to build it. You don't actually need this foundation here with TC. I just put it down so it's easier for me to demolish stuff. But you do need 3 twig foundations, so let's go ahead and put those down real quick. And from here, the far left one, you want to get on top of it. And normally I jump. I don't know if that's necessary, but it just seems to help with me. So I get to the edge, look at about the height that I want to build the foundation, jump, place it, strafe over to the right. And you want to do this slowly, and you don't want to move forward or backwards. See, it shifts a little bit there. When it shifts, you want to put it down as such. You can put one more foundation down. If you got a stick drift, this might be kind of hard, but a little bit of practice you can do it. Now at this point, to test it, what you want to do is pull out a door frame, put it on the far one like this, jump to the other far one, put it down, connect it as such. If it's 18%, then it's good to go. So we're going to go ahead and start building it from here. I like to build off of this last foundation you put down, and if you're going to do a shell base, don't break this. Put a wall down here, and then you want to take a floor frame, connect it in here as such. And at this point, you want to make sure everything's placeable. Should all turn blue. Now, if you're on a high pop server and you're worried about getting your cheeks clapped, you can start upgrading all this, but if not, I would go ahead and continue building and testing to make sure the bunker works first. So at this point, you want to connect this floor to the floor frame. If you have any issues, it's because you connected it to one of these and it's not going to work. So the magic number seems to be 16. I've seen this be 65 or 63. That seems not to be a big deal, but this has to be 16% for it to work, at least in my experience. So just to double check to make sure everything works, you want to put a wall frame here. And there you go, everything works. So if you haven't already, make sure to upgrade everything. And at this point, you're going to want to put a TC in here and a bag, because if you don't put a bag in here and you seal up the bunker, you're going to be a sad panda because you're not going to be able to open it. This floor frame right here, you can upgrade it to stone, but honestly, I think it's better if you upgrade it to sheet metal. It doesn't poke through when you seal it. Well, it doesn't poke through as much, at least in my experience. Anyways, so I've been using the chase box a lot lately, so I'm just going to put a staircase here, but you can put up your method, you can use a workbench, whatever. I kind of like the staircase now that I've been using it more. And after you put your TC and your workbenches and all that stuff in here, and you want to seal up, all you got to do is put a frame down, put a floor, and you can do this on the outside or the inside, which is kind of handy with this bunker. Actually, for some reason, this time it's poking out. Last time it didn't, so don't take my advice on that. Anyways, I think the metal's better to use anyway. Also, if you want to build anything on here, sometimes it's a little bit weird to put stuff on. Like that turned blue at first and then it turned red, so it turned red now. So sometimes it just matters the angle that you look at it from. If you ever have a hard time, just remember, just try the angle. Like sometimes building from underneath actually helps, like that. Sometimes you might not be able to put it down from up here. So just remember that, just stuff to test when you're on a building server. So other things to acknowledge about this base is if you're going to make a shell base and you want this to be a square here, I'd upgrade this to stone off rip so somebody can't soft side it or break it. And honestly, metal's probably even better, but that's up to you. If you're going to honeycomb this and you want this to be triangle, you can just leave it. You can actually break it, it's not a big deal. For some reason, just with doing shell bases and that being a square, it seems like replacing it's just like a big no-no. Also, another thing here is there's a gap right here. Not only can you see through it, you can actually shoot through it. And it breaks the bunker. So to alleviate that being an issue, if you're going to do a shell base, just want to put a wall frame there like that to block it. And people can't see it, so that's a good thing that you can use. If you're going to honeycomb it, do like a standard 1x2. Just your standard honeycomb seems to block it just fine, so that's not even really that big of an issue. Just remember when you log off to have something there to be blocking it, and it's on both sides, it's not just on this one side. So when you log off and you're sealing up your bunker, just make sure you do that, because this bunker design makes it so you have one less door, basically, so door path is cheaper. So if they see that and they take advantage of it, it will be cheaper for them to raid. Also, like I said, if you want to put this as a shell base, like the chase boxes that are popular, the order which you build these is kind of important. What I've been doing is building these ones off first, then this one, and what you want to do is connect it to this foundation, so it's easy if you look at it and walk back from it. See, this one didn't want to place. Try it again. So if you look at it, walk back, place it. Being a pain. There we go. See, so you just need to practice with that. That is something to keep in mind when you're building this base. It's a little bit weird. Also, stability has been kind of an issue when I was using this. I did do a 1x2 shell base, and some of the stability was like funky, so I had to use wall frames going up from certain spots for stability. But I mean, if you test it out, it's not that big of a deal. And the fact that you actually get a bunker inside of a little shell base without any high foundations or whatnot, without really any exploits, is pretty good. I think it's worth the trade-off. Also, like if you're not going to do the shell base, you don't actually want to have squares around, you want to use triangles for honeycomb. It's actually not that big of a deal to break this and place it down, no problem. It's just you can't really connect anything off of it, so keep that in mind. But using this for a shell base, or just a regular 2x1 base, or even a 2x2 base, you could extend this to 2x2. It's pretty simple. Honestly, this is probably the preferable method if you're new to building and you don't want anything too complicated. You're probably going to use it for this. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a pretty good base. If you're using this for a weekly and you don't piss anyone off, you're probably not going to get raided. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much like most of the caveats with it. Just really the stability, when you start building up really high, is going to be an issue, and you just want to protect this gap right here on either side. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll be sure to help you if I can. And if you want to stay up to date with Rust content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll catch you all later. Deuces.